Hi guys, I'm Daniel from the City of Hobart, environmental scientist for water waste, and we're down here on the Hobart Rivulet where Tasmanian Tree Care have partnered with us to remove willows, invasive crack willows, along this section of waterway. This is part of a greater grant funding through the federal government and the Hobart City Council, and we're reducing risk to people by flood mitigation, but also increasing environmental values by revegetating with native vegetation.
Okay, 1, 2,
It's really important that we get these willows out because they're causing problems with the water flow. So as they get in thickets, they push the water out and cause bank erosion. They also have really complicated root systems that take a lot of the water and redirect it. In winter, when they drop their leaves, that debris ends up creating anaerobic conditions at the bottom of the water, which can deplete the oxygen. So it's really important to remove every single branch of these willows. So what we can, we're removing whilst it's live. The smaller, less than 7 centimetre at breast height, those willows are getting removed immediately, and the larger willows we're poisoning first, so that when we remove them, it's not just going to cause a huge heap of propagules to spread down the river. We also have some debris nets set up so that the propagules get caught and don't spread further down.
My name's Peter. I come from England, as you can tell from my accent. And I know the willow trees in England, and they're a beautiful tree. But when they came to Australia, they became a weed, and I know they block up all the creeks and so on. It must be a terrible job trying to get them out because they're very persistent. However, good luck to them, I guess.
What we're doing today is removing some of the willows that we'd previously poisoned a few months back. We poison them with the idea that when we start cutting them down, the way they propagate is by losing branches. So when all the branches would get stuck in the soil is normally when they'd go absolutely crazy, and soon you'd have 100 little baby willows. So now that they're poisoned, we can bring them down safely. We're going to chip them up, and we're going to have a lot of room for some new native trees that are going to be planted by the Hobart City Council. Willow tends to slab out really easily. Either do a bore cut and leave a little trigger at the back, and then you just cut the trigger and it goes, because if you start coming through slowly, it's going to start to split up at the back and try and fall over that way. But that's something to keep in mind when you're doing stuff like willow, ash, really kind of snappy woods that don't hold hinges well.
The work today was good. We made good progress on the first day of the willow project here in Hobart City. The weather's been good to us. Traffic control really helped us out, blocking off the whole park, so we've got a safe working area. Yeah, overall we've made good progress today. We've left the stumps here because tomorrow we're bringing in an excavator to remove the stumps from site, and then we're just going to keep on smashing through these willows.
So now we're continuing the process of what we've been doing before, from poisoning all the willows, and we're in the final stages of the removal. As you can see, got some guys up in the tree, and this is the last tree of the project. Once this is all done, clean it all up, and that'll be ready for the land care groups to come in and replant all the banks.
basically negative rig these bits out, and I'm going to have a friction device on the tree here, so then it kind of, when I let off mine, it'll slowly lower it down here.
Hi there, my name is Rogan McPhee, coming to you from the willow removal project on the Hobart Rivulet. It's been a big project for us, from poisoning the trees and then coming in and removing them once they're dead. So it's been a few month project, and we're in the last final days of this project, just bigging all the big stumps out and getting all the branches cleaned up out of the rivulet.